Hey everyone, my name is Angie Norris and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Angie's Book Adventures. And tonight I am going to be doing a video on my personal top 10 best book releases for the month of June. Number 1, historical fiction. The Stolen Life of Colette Marceau by Kristin Harmel. Okay, the Goodreads rating on this book is 4.48. I'm a huge historical fiction fan and I love Kristin Harmel. So this is like my number one anticipated release. I'm going to read you a little bit of what Goodreads says. It's a long description, so I'm going to do the best I can to give you a synopsis. So this is a book about two jewel thieves, a priceless bracelet that disappears in 1940s Paris, and a quest for answers in a decades-old murder. Colette Marceau has been stealing jewels for nearly as long as she can remember, following the centuries-old code of honor instilled in her by her mother. Take only from the cruel and unkind and give to those in need. But one night in 1942, it all went wrong. And, you know, it goes on to tell you a little bit more about the plot. And then it says, if Colette can discover where it has been, the missing bracelet, where it has been all this time, and who owns it now, she may finally learn the truth about what happened to her sister. But she isn't the only one for whom the bracelet holds answers. And when someone from her childhood lays claims to the diamonds, she's forced to confront the ghost of her past as never before. Okay, the second book is by Riley Sager. This is a mystery thriller, and this is what the anticipated book cover looks like, and it's entitled With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. Okay, once again, I'm a huge mystery thriller fan. I have read a couple of books by Riley Sager. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. This one is actually anticipated to come out on June the 10th. I don't know if I said about the first one, but The Stolen Life of Colette Marceau by Kristin Harmel is scheduled to publish on June 17th. This one by Riley Sager is scheduled to publish on June 10th. And Goodreads gives it a 3.57 rating, which is not super great. But it says, one train, no stops, a deadly game of survival and revenge. In 1942, 6 people destroyed Anna Matheson's family. 12 years later, she's ready for retribution. Under false pretenses, Anna has lured those responsible for her family's downfall onto a luxury train from Philadelphia to Chicago, an overnight journey of 14 hours. Her goal? Confront the people who've wronged her, get them to confess their crimes, and deliver them into the hands of the authorities waiting at the end of the line. Okay, book number 3. This is a romance, a contemporary romance entitled Battle of the Bookstores by Allie Brady. And that's what the cover looks like. Okay, this one has a Goodreads rating of 4.34, and it is scheduled to publish on June 3rd. And this is a brief description about it. It says, rivalry and romance spark when two bookstore managers who are opposites in every way find themselves competing for the same promotion. Despite managing bookstores on the same Boston street, Josie Klein and Ryan Lawson have never interacted much. Josie's store focuses on serious literature and Ryan's sells romance only. But when the new owner of both stores decides to combine them, the two are thrust into direct competition. Only one manager will be left standing, decided by who turns the most profit over the summer. The fourth book is entitled Dear Future Me by Deborah O'Connor, and this is another mystery thriller, and this is what the anticipated cover is going to look like. Okay, I thought this one sounded intriguing. First of all, it is scheduled to publish on June 3rd. It has a Goodreads rating of 3.90. And it is a mystery thriller. It says in 2003, Mr. Dandler's high school class got an assignment to write letters to their future selves. 20 years later, they received them in the mail. Upon opening them, the students are shocked to find that their envelopes contains old secrets that threaten to expose the truth about the tragic death of one of their classmates. And when one letter leads a student, Miranda, to jump to her death, the small community is rocked to its core. Okay, book number 5 is entitled We Don't Talk About Carol by Kristen L. Berry. And this is what the cover will look like. Okay, this one really intrigued me because it is set in North Carolina, and that's where I live. So this one says, in the wake of her grandmother's passing, Sydney Singleton finds a hidden photograph of a little girl who looks more like her than her own sister or mother. She soon discovers the mystery girl in the photograph is her Aunt Carol, who was one of 6 local North Carolina Black girls to go missing in the 1960s. For the last several decades, not a soul has talked about Carol or what really happened to her. With her grandmother gone and Sydney looking to start a family of her own, she is determined to unravel the truth behind her long-lost aunt and the sinister silence surrounding her. This one actually has a Goodreads rating of 4.4. That sounds incredible. And it is scheduled to publish on June 3rd. I'm definitely going to get this one. Okay, book number 6 is by Lisa Jewell, Don't Let Him In. And this is what the cover is supposed to look like. Okay, I included this one because it was Lisa Jewell. I have read her, and I do like, for the most part, her books. This one is a mystery thriller. It is scheduled to be published on June 24th, and it has a Goodreads rating of 3.97. And I'm not going to read the whole book description, but basically it says that there are 3 women who are connected by one man in this kaleidoscopic thriller. Who are you? Who are you really? Nick Radcliffe is a man of substance and good taste. He has a smile that can melt the coldest heart and a knack for putting others at ease. He's just what Nina Swan needed in her life after her husband's expected death. But to Nina's adult daughter, Ash, Nick seems too slick, too polished, too good to be true. Without telling her mother, Ash begins digging into Nick's past. What she finds is more than unsettling. Okay, next book is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this is what the cover is supposed to look like. Okay, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid is, in the Goodreads description, it says historical fiction, but then it also says contemporary fiction. So take that as you will. It is scheduled to be published on June 3rd, and it had a Goodreads rating of 4.46. If you're not familiar with Taylor Jenkins Reid, she's the author of The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six. And so this is a novel set against the backdrop of the 1980s space shuttle program and about the extraordinary lengths we go to live and love beyond our limits. Joan Goodwin has been obsessed with the stars for as long as she can remember. Joan is content with her life as a professor of physics and astronomy at Rice University and as aunt to her precocious niece. That is, until she comes across an advertisement seeking the first women scientists to join NASA's Space Shuttle program. And I'm not going to go and read the whole thing because it's really kind of long, but this intrigued me because of it being set in 1980s and about NASA. So that may be why it's classified as historical fiction, because it was set, 40 years ago. So anyway, okay, book number 8, sorry about that, I'm trying to get it to show you the entire cover, is King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. And this is what the book cover is supposed to look like. Okay, King of Ashes is a crime mystery, is the genre. It's scheduled to be published on June 10th, and it has a Goodreads rating of 4.53. Of the 10 that I have chosen, this is number 8, so I have 2 more. This one has the highest Goodreads rating. And this is what Goodreads says about it. It is a Godfather-inspired Southern crime, epic and dazzling family drama. When eldest son Roman Carruthers is summoned home after his father's car accident, he finds his younger brother Dante in debt to dangerous criminals and his sister Nevia exhausted from holding the family and the family business together. Nevia and their father, who run the Carruthers Crematorium in the rundown Central Virginia town of Jefferson Run, see death up close every day. But mortality draws even closer when it becomes clear that the crash that landed their father in a coma was no accident, and Dante's recklessness has placed them all in real danger. Roman, a financial whiz with a head for numbers and a talent for making his clients rich, has some money to help buy his brother out of trouble. But in his work with wannabe tough guys, he's forgotten that there are real gangsters out there. As his bargaining chips go up in smoke, Roman realizes that he has only one thing left to offer to save himself and his own particular set of skills. Let me read that last sentence again. As his bargaining chips go up in smoke, Roman realizes that he has only one thing left to offer to save himself and his own particular set of skills. Roman begins his work for the criminals while Nevea tries to uncover the long ago mystery of what happened to their mother, who disappeared when they were teenagers. But Roman is far less of a pushover than the gangsters realize. He is willing to do anything to save his family. Anything, because everything burns. Oh, and before I go on to the next one, this is actually one of the choices if you're in the Book of the Month Club, and I actually chose this for my June Book of the Month. Okay, book number 9 is entitled The Summer We Ran by Audrey Ingram, and that is what the cover looks like. The Summer We Ran was also one of the Book of the Month choices. I did not choose that one. It is a romance, and it had a Goodreads rating of 4.40. That's pretty good. That's pretty doggone good. And it is scheduled to be published on June 3rd. And I'm not sure if I said it in the previous book, King of Ashes, but it's due to be published June 10th. Okay, let's go back to The Summer We Ran. This is about lost love, devastating secrets, shocking sabotage, and the painstaking decision 2 people must make in order to fulfill the futures they each desire. In the summer of 1996, teenage Tess Murphy's mom gave her 2 rules to abide: keep quiet and stay out of trouble. Her mother landed a new job as a cook at an affluent Virginia estate and didn't want anything to risk the opportunity, least of all her outspoken daughter. What no one saw coming was Tess falling deeply in love with the boy next door, high society Grant Alexander. And then basically what happens is when they get older, 2 decades later, their epic teenage romance, after it ended in heartbreak, they are now both running for the governor of Virginia, where secrets from that summer threaten to shatter their families, their futures, and the love they once shared. Okay, and the last book is entitled The Listeners by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm not exactly sure if that's how you pronounce it. And for some reason, when I saved that image, it didn't save it full screen. But that is what the United States cover looks like. If you look that up, you may see a different cover, but I think it's the UK edition. So The Listeners is a historical fiction, and it is scheduled to be published on June 3rd, and it has a Goodreads rating of 3.96. Okay, and what this one says is that in January of 1942, the Avalon Hotel and Spa has always offered elegant luxury in the wilds of West Virginia. Its mountain sweet water washing away all of high society's troubles. Local girl turned general manager June Porter Hudson has guided the Avalon skillfully through the first pangs of war. The Guilfoyles, the hotel's aristocratic owners, I can't talk tonight, have trained her well. But when the family heir makes a secret deal with the State Department to fill the hotel with captured Axis diplomats, June must persuade her staff, many of whom have sons and husbands heading to the front lines, to offer luxury to Nazis. Sounds very interesting. Okay, that is my top 10. Let me know in the comments below if any of these books sound intriguing to you, if they're on your list to either purchase or possibly read in the future. And if you're not subscribing to my YouTube channel, I really wish you would. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you'll be notified when I upload new videos. As always, thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a great night.